Hello, welcome to Wondering Out Loud, the show that researches the simple life questions you want answered. My name is Carolyn Ribeiro. I've had some very intriguing questions coming through to my inbox lately. For today's show, I've narrowed it down to the first 3 that have come through. And I've done some extensive research and I'm so excited to share what I found out. So let's get started. The first question is from Olivia in Mount Lawley. Let's have a look.
Hi Carolyn, just wondering when the best time to go to India is. I've been always wanting to go, but I just don't know when.
Well, you're probably aware that it can get very hot in India, so it's important to go when the weather is cool enough to walk around without getting dehydrated. It's already a pretty chaotic place with over 1 billion people walking around. The last thing you want to have to think about is the weather. So let's take a look at a map of India. The Himalayas in the north stop cold winds from reaching most of India, which causes the warm winters and very hot summers. India is tropical and has 3 main seasons: summer, winter and monsoon. And you can see on the weather map just how different the weather conditions are across the country. This is great news for travellers. It means you can head to India at any time of the year. You just have to know where. So if you're a keen hiker and heading to the Himalayas, between February and May is when snow conditions are best. From December to February, snow is so heavy that it's impossible to get to some places. And after June and through to September, the rain starts, so trekking through the mountains gets treacherous. If watching the sunrise at the Taj Mahal is on your must-see list, you'd want to head to Agra between October and March, when it's mostly warm and dry. You don't want to be anywhere near Agra or Delhi between May and June, as temperatures can soar to 40 degrees. And between July and September, the monsoon is in full force, and I'm told it's not a nice time to be sightseeing. If you're hoping to see a Bollywood dance in the streets of Mumbai, the weather is warm and sunny between October and May. And down in Goa, it's always warm and perfect for a beachside holiday, but the rain is about from June through to September, so you'll need to get an umbrella. So in summary, I'd head to northern India at the start of the year, probably stay home in the middle of the year, and head to any other part of India between October and May. We'll be back with question 2 after the break. Welcome back to Wondering Out Loud. The second question in my inbox is from Maddie. Check this out.
Hi Carolyn, just wondering what your advice is on how to grow a mango tree. It's my favourite fruit and I've been trying for years, but it just doesn't seem to grow in my backyard.
Well, I gotta admit, I'm not a green thumb. So I had to find an expert to help me out with this one. My uncle Les lives on a 2.5 acre block in the Perth Hills, and he has planted over 150 mango trees. He has just over 40 that produce fruit. So I asked him to share his secret.
Most of the crop comes off these 3 trees, and I take it that it's because of the fact that it's sheltered from the wind by the house, and it's getting a fair bit of water, they're close to the house, so they get most of the attention.
So there you have it. Lots of water, shelter and attention should get your mangoes growing in no time. Uncle Les did mention off camera though, he planted his trees 24 years ago. It's important to know seedlings can take between 5 and 8 years to produce fruit, and trees from a nursery should fruit within 3 to 4 years, so patience is needed. Also, mangoes aren't only Maddie's favourite fruit, birds and fruit fly love them too. Uncle Les told me that the birds get a lot of his mangoes if he doesn't pick them quick enough. I found out that you can buy one of these. It's reflective cardboard cut in the shape of an owl, and it scares off birds. This one is extra scary because it has a bell. If you're wondering why an owl, it turns out that birds are naturally scared of owls because of their predatory nature. Reflective tape can also do the trick, or owl statues. For a fruit fly, using a targeted insecticide at the trunk or lower foliage of the tree should help. There's no need to spray the actual fruit. Coming up after the break, we take a look at the final question. Thank you for joining me on Wondering Out Loud. The third and final question for today's show is from Stephen. Have a listen.
Hi Carolyn, just wondering what exercises you would recommend for me. I've got dodgy knees and I want to be able to exercise and keep fit.
Well, for Steve, it would be best to see a medical professional about this, but from what I can gather, you shouldn't avoid exercise. You actually really need to build up the muscles that support your knees. This includes your glutes, hamstrings and quads, to name a few. Step-ups are a great exercise to do this and involves standing in front of a platform, raising your foot onto the platform, putting weight on the heel of your elevated foot, step onto the foot, rising up, and lift the opposite foot off the floor. You can do this slowly, and you can also add light weights to do bicep curls at the same time. You could also try swimming. It works your upper, mid and lower body and is one of the best exercises for people with bad knees because it's low impact and versatile. You'll need to avoid frog kicking though, and definitely don't do a pre-lap push off the wall with your feet. Well, that's all for the questions sent through, but I recently had my own question answered. I've always wondered how people can like this herb. Coriander. To me, it tastes like soap and I can pick it straight away if it's hidden in my food. But some people love it. Well, according to Food Standards Australia and New Zealand, it comes down to our genetic makeup, in particular our sense of smell. Coriander haters have a different sense of smell to coriander lovers. The good news is we coriander haters can learn to like the herb over time if we just give it a try. If we regularly put tiny amounts in our food, we can develop a liking. And why would we want to do that? Well, coriander is actually really good for us. Studies suggest coriander seeds reduce blood sugar by promoting enzyme activity that helps remove sugar from the blood, which is great news for diabetics. It also has heaps of great antioxidants that can fight inflammation and promote heart, brain and skin health. Well, that's all we have time for. Thank you for joining me. If you have any travel tips, secrets on how to grow a successful mango tree, some fun exercise ideas, or you want your own question answered, send them through to the Facebook page. I can't wait to hear from you.